Customer references are your best sales pitches, but you can't just ask any customer to be a reference for you, and it can't be a one-way street. Let's hear from Megan at Google on what you need to do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan Sullivan. I'm a Customer Reference Marketing Manager at Google Cloud. Welcome to my session at the PMA Customer Marketing Summit. My session is called Customer Marketing and Advocacy, a Two-Way Street. We'll dive into what I hope you take away from today's session in a moment, but first, let's take a peek at the flow of the session today. First, we'll touch on customer advocacy tenets, how they're so important to your organization, and some things to keep an eye out for. Then, we'll dive into building superfans and building partnerships with our customers, which is key to ensuring that there's a two-way street in all things customer marketing and advocacy. Next, we'll talk about trust, building trust with our customers and bringing value back to them at all times. And then finally, we'll talk about the fact that a great customer story benefits the customer the most. Now let's touch on what I hope you learn today. Of course, I hope you learn that customer reference marketing and advocacy is a two-way street. That's the title of my session, after all. But really, what I really want you all to think about is that both you and your customer advocates should get value out of participating in marketing and reference activities. It's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to us, all of us customer-facing marketers, to understand how to bring value back to our customers. It's up to us, it's up to you to recognize and commit to delivering the value the customer would like to achieve when partnering with you on these marketing activities. We work for our customers do not work for us. This is the golden rule that I keep in mind in customer reference and marketing advocacy. In this session, you'll learn how to be a partner, a true partner to your customers. You will hear about ways to help them meet their own marketing goals and objectives, and how to clearly articulate tangible and intangible value that customer reference marketing and advocacy activities can bring back to our customers and to their organizations. Let's dive into customer advocacy tenets. My team at Google Cloud keeps these customer advocacy tenets in mind whenever we're approaching partnering with the customer, whether it's the first time and it's a kickoff call with a customer, or we're a year into the partnership and we're continuing to build our co-marketing partnerships with our customers. Each and every time we approach our customers, we should be keeping these customer advocacy tenets in mind. The first is customer empathy. This is key. This is priority. Always keep customer empathy in mind when partnering with your customers, whether it's for a blog, a reference call, or a marquee speaking opportunity. Let's keep in mind customer empathy in all of our approach. The next is ensuring we're delivering a best-in-class, exceptional customer experience always. And sometimes when we think about customer experience, we think about sales. We think about salespeople delivering a customer experience, but this is not the case. Of course, it's important for sales to deliver a best-in-class customer experience, but anyone at your organization who's touching the customer must keep the customer experience in mind. And it's up to us, the customer advocacy marketers, very often to ensure and to advocate internally that all customer-facing marketers or anyone touching the customer is keeping the customer experience in mind. We have to be partners to our customers and ensure that they're getting the best-in-class experience. The next is making sure that the customer voice is inserted into everything that we do. Next is listening to that customer voice. We have to listen to the customer voice and ensure that we are hearing the customer and making them feel heard. And then finally, we must surprise and delight our advocates each and every time we engage with them to the best of our ability. On our team here at Google Cloud, we live by Simon Sinek's golden circle and value above all else the power of storytelling and, of course, customer empathy. The golden circle demonstrates that we must start with the why. And then we'll get to the what and the how. Because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So the why is the purpose, the cause. The how is the process and the actions. And finally, the what is the result and the output. And I like to add one more thing to this golden circle, which is the who. Who is doing all of this with your organization, with your products, with your services? It's your customer. It's an organization that's teaming up with you. They have a vision and you are enabling that vision. And let's take that step, thinking a step further here, because it's not just an organization that you're partnering with, but actually human beings who make up the who. So now we have the golden circle and we have the golden rules in mind. So let's dive into paving out that two-way street that is customer marketing and advocacy. And I want to dive into building superfans, because building superfans helps us build a true partnership, helps us build that two-way street. And it's important to keep in mind that not all customers are references. They're not all going to be advocacy champions. And then not all advocacy champions and references are going to be superfans. But let's try to map out how we can nurture those customer champions, those customers that are references, into being superfans. And before we do that, I want to address why advocacy champions, especially superfans, are so important and so worth that effort, that extra effort that may go into the partnership and may go into your day-to-day work stream. First and foremost, references have an 80 to 85% likelihood of influencing a B2B purchasing decision, according to Gartner. Only 18% of prospects trust the salespeople they work with during the sales process, while 92% trust what they hear from customers, according to the Harvard Business Review and Demand Metric. Word of mouth marketing is key when it comes to accelerating the sales cycle and building market awareness, but most importantly, customer trust. And trust creates that two-way street. Superfans help to drive enterprise momentum and are truly an authentic voice for industry or product solution proof points. Superfans will advocate on behalf of our organization sometimes without even being asked. Maybe they'll mention us in their earnings. Maybe they'll reference our organization in their social media channels or blogs or additional channels that they have. And because of a strategic co-marketing partnership that we built with these superfan customers, we can then lean on them to support our organization to be first movers in participating in the highest impact marketing activities. These customers are more likely to share business impact metrics, which are key in creating amazing content. They're more likely to participate in PR or media or maybe analyst engagements that really bring value back to our organization. And they will be, or maybe they'll be open to participating in those peer-to-peer sales reference calls, which we all know are key in accelerating the sales cycle. And there's so much more I could list. But let's take a look at what these customers look like and how we can turn them into superfans over time. So a superfan is an active reference. They may have one or more, but likely more champions or individual people that are willing and open and able to participate in marketing activities, create assets or content with us, participate in sales peer-to-peer calls when available. These customers are often maybe on your customer advisory boards. Maybe they're beta or alpha testers. They're longtime customers, and they have probably more than one use case deployed, and they're showing impact and results at this phase. These customers are advocating without being asked, like I mentioned before. And maybe sometimes they're proactively coming to your organization with ideas for marketing and collaboration. So to nurture a traditional customer reference or advocacy champion into a superfan, we all, us customer-facing marketers, should recognize that these customers are out there. We should recognize this criteria and identify them. And after we identify customers that display these behaviors, we know that they could be potential or future super fans. We should lead and work with the account team to understand the organization's goals. What are their goals for partnering with your organization? What value would they like to get out of referencing, or what value have they gotten out of referencing so far? We should be setting up meetings with these customers and presenting to them what a co-marketing partnership could look like. We should build a proposal around the value that we know the customer wants to get out of reference marketing. And if we don't know, we should be asking the customer. This is a partnership. This is a two-way street. We should find out what they would like to get out of this partnership. What would they like to get out of partnering with your organization? What are they interested in participating in? We really want to understand what are their marketing goals and objectives. What are their brand objectives? And how can some of our channels help support and uplift their story? We really want to understand the value that marketing can bring and deliver back to the customer through these co-marketing activities, and maybe some of the requests that we may have for them. And we want to understand this and communicate this to the customer and commit to them that we understand that the value that we want to be delivering back to them. And why not set up a regular cadence with this customer so that we can understand and communicate clearly month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year. I can't emphasize more. We have to ask the customer questions. We have to listen to the customer when they tell us what they want to get out of this partnership. And then we have to show them that we know them. We have to show them that we listen, and we have to show them that we care. And then once we have a super fan, we have to keep them a super fan. We have to keep nurturing that partnership and that relationship and that two-way street. Some of the best practices that we should be implementing with all of our super fans when possible, and to maintain and grow their super fandom, is to maybe have regular meetings with them, like I mentioned before. Show them the value that you've delivered in the past. Give them recaps, give them stats, give them metrics of the content that they've participated in so far, or maybe the number of impact that their reference activities have delivered. And really be that partner, be an extension of their team. And what we should be doing, us customer-facing marketers, is we should be advocating internally at our own organizations for these super fans to ensure that we are providing the best possible experience to the customer when it comes to their participation in marketing activities. Us customer-facing marketers, customer marketing managers, customer advocacy community managers, we should help to educate our internal stakeholders about the customer's policies so that we can show the customer that we listen, that we understand them, and that we don't want to make requests of them that are outside of their policies or outside of their parameters that they have given us during our co-marketing partnership meetings. We have to ensure that we bring them high impact marketing opportunities, and we have to ensure that we are fulfilling the promise of delivering continued value back to both the customer organizations and the individual champions that we meet and partner with. So now let's talk about how we should be trusting and trustworthy of our customers, and how trust can bring value back to the customer. Customers will not be comfortable advocating for us if they do not trust us. And trust takes time, but we can try to move that timeline and that journey along a little bit more quickly if we bring value, if we add value. The most important way to build trust with our customers is to give them something that they value consistently and often and selfishly, quite honestly. I learned some of this in an Influitive blog that I read a while back, and I always keep that in mind when I'm working with my customer. How can I bring them value month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year? And how can I make sure that I'm doing it selflessly, thinking about only the customer's needs, and at some point that value will become that two-way street and it will come back to your organization. Otherwise, we're just kind of building a relationship with our customers that's purely transactional, or it just seems like we're always making asks of the customer, and it starts to feel like they work for us. And if you remember that golden rule, we work for them. It's not the other way around. So if the only thing that we care about for them is, coming to them when we need something from them, or right before they sign that contract, or right before that renewal, or maybe when we need their logo approval in a slide deck, they're going to feel like they can't trust us as much, or they're not going to have that intrinsic trust in us, and they're less likely to be super fans or super champions over time. So let's talk about 3 key ways where we can offer value to our customers to then build that trust. We can be trustworthy, we can bring that value. So we have to remember, first and foremost, that these are human beings. These are not just organizations, these are not just logos, these are human beings that we're working with every single day. It's personal. It's not just business. It is indeed also personal. So building trust with our customers means getting to know them as human beings and not just as people who use our products and services. We have to take time to learn about them, what they like to participate in, what they like to speak about, what brings them value as an individual, what brings value back to their team, and what brings value back to their overall organization. And on the business side, it's great to ask them pain points that they've been having, maybe when using our product, using our service. How can we bring some value back? How can we partner with the account team to alert them on some of these flags? But also listen to them, again, about what they like to participate in when it comes to reference and marketing activities, and then only bring those types of opportunities to them each time we connect. It's also important to know what their professional and personal goals and motivations are. Are they thinking about a promotion? Do they think that speaking publicly will help their team get more awareness for the great work that they're doing? This is all really, really great info, and it will help us keep in mind how we can be the best partner to the customer and keep in mind the value that they're expecting to get out of this partnership. Second, we have to listen to our customers and show them that we hear them, show them that we're listening. One of the best ways to get your customers really invested in our organization, invested in the advocacy community, is to give them a role in helping to shape the products that they use every single day. Are we getting them involved in beta testing? And then through that beta testing, are we getting them involved in the announcement for when that product goes GA, and really demonstrating the journey and the leadership of innovation that customer has taken and enabled by our organization? Are we ensuring that these customers are joining our customer advisory boards and feedback forums, and really getting a part of the conversation of shaping the organization that they're being advocates for? These are all great ways to ensure that our customers feel like they have a seat at the table, a say, that we're listening to them, and we're showing them that we're listening to them. These things will all benefit our organization. It will benefit our advocacy community, but it will also benefit their organization and their teams. And it will really make them confident that they know and they feel passionately about the products and services that they're using, and then hopefully talking about externally on your organization's behalf. And finally, your customers are typically more familiar with the products and services that they alpha and beta test for, that they feel like they've been a part of shaping. And then, of course, they are not only more confident to use these products and services, but then to be advocates for them. They want to collaborate. They want to be a part of the building of these products, especially if they have distinguished engineering and developer communities. And we can hopefully help them to be a part of that, and then help them to be a part of speaking about the important impact that these products and services have had on their organization through all these wonderful marketing activities and ways in which they can share their story publicly through our own channels. And lastly, the third way that we can hopefully offer value back to our customers and really build that trust is by making it fun and making it meaningful. Again, you have to be listening to their customer, not just about the use cases that they want to share when it comes to your products and services, but what else is important to them? What else is important to their business? Is it DEI? Is it sustainability? We really have to find out ways to bring joy and fun, but also meaningful impact back to our customers. And we can share with them things that are going on at our organizations and partner with them and show them that we really have listened to them and we want to deliver value back to them, not only through the traditional ways of marketing and advocacy, but through ways where our organizations both have passion and ideas and want to contribute to. And how can we do that together? How can we collaborate and bring value back to our customers outside of just the use cases that we partner on a day-to-day? Next up, we'll talk about how a great customer story benefits the customer the most. We really want to always keep in mind the customer advocacy tenets that I talked about earlier. That's customer empathy, delivering an exceptional experience, making sure the customer voice is in everything that we do, listening to the customer voice, and finally, surprising and delighting our customer advocates. We should always remember that the customer is the star of the show. They have a goal, and your organization is truly enabling that goal, and they're enabling them to reach that goal. But this is the vision of your customer. When they reach it, when they hit those milestones, it's them who are achieving these goals, not us. So we have to be able to showcase their success through our content in that way. Again, they are the star of the show, and we are enablers of a vision manufactured by our customers. It's important to keep that guiding principle in mind always when building a customer relationship and a community of advocates and superfans. If we keep those guiding principles in mind, we should be able to successfully and consistently deliver value back to our customers while also bringing value back to our own organizations. There are both tangible and intangible benefits for the customer and the customer's organization when it comes to the decision to participate in co-marketing. Again, this is the value we want to bring back to our customers. So we're creating that two-way street of value when partnering with our customers and when partnering with our advocacy champions. So first, let's talk about the value to our customers. We believe that our customers, if they participate in co-marketing activities, that they should be able to be positioned as innovative, courageous leaders tackling key challenges that will impact their business, impact their customers and end users, and impact the industry at large. We really want to showcase and celebrate the innovation and business impact that our customer and their team are delivering for their organization, again, the industry as a whole, and of course, their end users. We also hope that we can help really showcase these organizations as having an amazing team of technology leaders, and we want to help to encourage others to be a part of this great organization. We hope that we're delivering that value back to the customer and really being a great partner. And if those are their goals, we're helping the customer to deliver them. So that's what's in it for the customer organization. But there's also some things that are in it for the individual. We believe that getting involved in the advocacy community is an opportunity to meet and exchange ideas with executives, with others in your industry, with others that have, like-minded individuals. They may be solution or product experts, they may be fellow leaders, and we hope that we can facilitate that exchange of ideas. We believe that we can position individuals through co-marketing activities as thought leaders, and that could be very important to individual champions that have agreed to participate in your advocacy community and activities. We also hope that we can help to demonstrate the value that this individual, through their leadership, has brought back to their organization. And we'll touch on this in a moment, but this could really lead into getting props in the marketplace, props within their organization, kudos from their peers. And finally, like I mentioned, recognition. This could be for their innovation, this could be for their thought leadership, this could be for the monetary or executive impact that they have had on their organization. So a lot of the above are intangible, but there are things that are tangible and that can have a direct impact on the individual, the human being that is your champion or advocate. So being featured in speaking opportunities or leadership events, that could be something that could help get them recognition, can help them along in their own individual journey. We also hope that they might be able to participate in some of the advocacy activities like awards, and receiving an award, for being an innovative thinker, transformative in their leadership, that could really have a great impact on them as an individual, and of course on their team who's helping them to achieve that award. They might receive a promotion because of the impact that they've demonstrated, and it's public, right? So that might help them in their own career journey. And finally, like I mentioned previously, really meeting experts or peers in their field to exchange ideas and network and really continue to grow as an individual. All of the above could lead to promotions and kudos, both internally and externally at their organization. And we hope to help them along as an individual over time and really demonstrate that, of course, we want to demonstrate the value to their organization and their team, but especially the individual people that we're working with day in and day out. So we've gone through a lot of information today, and I just want to recap some of the things that are so important when we're thinking about customer marketing and advocacy, and the fact that it is indeed or should indeed be a two-way street. So whether it's in B2B or B2C organizations, a customer community of customer advocates and references can be a foundational element of building brand strength, of building the strength of your organization. Customer advocates and reference communities engage and nurture current customers, future customers, prospective customers. Highly engaged customers grow into loyal advocates. So we've got to think about what we talked about earlier when we thought about customers and turning those customers into references and advocacy champions, and then nurturing those advocacy champions into super fans, and then keeping them super fans over time. Our companies that we all work at have amazing products and solutions. However, we have to prove ourselves day in and day out. A community of loyal customers that believe in our organizations and trust us represents an enormous opportunity for brand growth and business gains. Advocacy and customer loyalty is a two-way street. We need to listen to the customer community. We have to listen to our customers. What are they asking for? What are they telling us? Are they seeking insights? And we have to bring value back to the customers, which with each and every customer marketing or reference activity that we bring to them. Meeting the customer needs will translate into engaged customers. And again, highly engaged customers translate into business gains and reveal opportunities to strengthen or grow our own position in the marketplace, our organization's position. And this all sounds great, right? But we cannot achieve any of this, any of the above, without consistently delivering value back to the customer and instilling trust. A marketing organization can build compelling campaigns and publish well thought out content. However, when we say it, it's just marketing. When our customers say it, it's social proof. Anything we say, our customers can say better, more credibly, more persuasively, more authentically, more effectively. I'll leave you with a simple but effective framework that I learned from the CMO over at Atlassian. Know your customer, show them you know them, and show them you care. Thanks so much, everybody, and I'm excited for the Q&A portion. And please reach out to me on LinkedIn with any questions. Have a great day.